Do you feel like they're a stronger team now that they've come out the other side of it?
I absolutely think that can be the case for this Optic side. I think, like you said, resilience and going through battles only builds chemistry. It's going to build character for these individuals as well. And they're going to now look at this series and they have to be ready to strap in because eUnited is ready to play. We just saw them almost nearly 2 kills away from 2-0ing C9. And now they find themselves in the elimination bracket. Optic needs to make sure they are ready to face a very hot eUnited.
Yes, they do indeed. And if you thought that first series of the day was pretty hot, as you say, Andy, then this one's going to be just a similar temperature as well. We're going to start off with the POV of the man that we were talking about before this series got underway in Pistola. Kills being traded across the board straight away from both teams as 2 players will fall either side here for Optic and EU.
Yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to be spicy. This is what we came for. First series of the day, as you say, was incredible. I think this one is going to be no exception to that list here. Aquarius CTF going to be our game number 1. We're finally seeing a camo go in for Lucid. It's going to be a late pop for him.
Lucid moving across top pink here. APG picking up a kill is going to give Optic a little bit of space to play with. And when you've got the camouflage as well, it's going to be... Lucid has a pretty clear path towards that flag. Of course, the objective to get that one back to your base. And look at the information that's being gathered here. One player seems to have spotted him out, but the commander in hand is going to start melting. Rayne does drop a grenade, but will be dropped into the respawn screen as well. Lucid playing his life beautifully here. Here's Nick to try and take him down, but TriPPPeY's going to be there for the trade.
United with a very good answer there. A double kill in the end for TriPPPeY as he'll pick up that one. Really good control, really good presence there in the back of the base. They are able to eagle eye the camo. First of all, credit to Rayne. He eagle eyes the camo. That's what allows multiple players to push into the back of the base and pick up those kills.
United doing a pretty good job, I would say, to kind of stifle the push that was coming in from Optic. I wonder if Lucid maybe had an opportunity to get that flag moving a little bit earlier. Yes, you've got camo. Yes, you want to play for kills, but you create that little bit of a distraction with the flag being moved off of its stand, off of its home, then all of a sudden eUnited have some different questions to answer. But now the question is being asked, where are you going to go off respawn eUnited? As you say, Andy, 4 dead, the flag already through the closet.
Spartan's still dead. He still hasn't spawned. Now they're up. So Ola just playing it so disciplined. He even strong sides away through the utility, even though there's only 1 player alive, just making sure to play this as disciplined as he can. There's not even a tag, not even a tap on the way home. Optic is the first to strike in game number 1.
As clean as a whistle, that flag cap coming in from Optic Gaming. It shows that they've been waiting for eUnited to turn up, and they've been welcoming. I'll get there eventually, Andy, them to the party. As Pistola now has to play a little bit of defense on his side of the map. TriPPPeY picks up 1 though, which is going to allow maybe a little bit of space to be created. Here's RyaNoob inside of the closet. 3 falling for eUnited. RyaNoob last player alive, and Pistola is on the hunt.
RyaNoob with a dynamo to the face against Ola. APG sneaks away with the camo. That's going to be first camo for the side of Optic. You saw, excuse me, for the side of Optic. You saw eUnited grab that one earlier on. Now we'll see finally Lucid able to grab that first one, and now Nick can't stay alive in the utility. Big thrust there, 3 dead for eUnited.
RyaNoob coming off a spawn. TriPPPeY trying to keep the pressure on, but look at the flood now from Optic inside the base. Rayne's on respawn. Spartan's just popped back into the game, and he's already being met with BR bullets into his chest. Rayne going to be pushing down bomb car. That's such an important kill there onto TriPPPeY. That's going to allow eUnited to at least get some semblance of map control, but the next few kills are vital for where that flag ends up.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on this. All 4 alive for Optic momentarily. 1 dead for eUnited, 2 dead for eUnited, 2 dead for each side now. That flag's still going to be out.
Rayne trying to get across to it. Pistola and TriPPPeY there. There's Nick, and there's a little cheeky touch coming from Pistola as well to keep that flag alive. 2 players from eUnited are in the vicinity, though, to get that flag back to base. Lucid is last alive alongside APG. For Optic, big BR window coming in from APG. He retreats towards his base to stay alive, but 3 dead for eUnited. He's going to have all the time that he needs.
Great call from you on set. That kill from Rayne against TriPPPeY. TriPPPeY had the sidekick. It was bottom dynamos. That kill from Rayne is the only reason that flag did not go home. Those 1v1s when you're maybe the last player or one of the last 2 alive and your opponent is running the flag, those are the difference maker, especially when they're won at the halfway mark on the map. Because of that play, we will stay at 1-0 in favor of Optic Gaming.
APG now looking to continue what has been a pretty good start for him in this game. 9 and 5 on the statistics. A little bit of damage being done with that sidekick. Here's Spartan going to be trading out a kill with TriPPPeY. 2 players from eUnited trapped in the base. You can see that APG just got focused there as every single player from eUnited communicated his position to make sure he was taken down. But that play from APG pushing up, being aggressive, and distracting those players from eUnited has allowed Pistola now to get that camo into his hands.
Lots to talk about there. You got 3 camos in a row for Optic, first of all. Also, look at the fridge angle that we saw from Lucid to see up into the flag. Really great angle there. Like you said, that secures the 3rd camo for Ola now, and he's able to just poke around the corner with teammates. They need a few more kills, though, of course, before they can start this run, and actually flag being run on the other side as well.
Camo going to expire here for Pistola as well, so Optic not going to have the power up to play with. They still do have the heat wave though. Rayne picking up a kill in the feed. That's where these kills for is going to be vital, because as we saw, that flag is going to be moving from eUnited as well. Lucid picks up the kill and sends it back home. And that little play from Lucid, it cannot be understated there, Andy. If that flag does not get sent home and a touch comes in, that's a free run for eUnited back to the closet.
I mean, look at this. Everyone already here in utility, already here in their opponent's closet, just like you say. The fact that they were ready to run this. Lucid being only 1 of 2 alive, and he jumps on that return. This flag would already be home. So right away, really good play there from Lucid in a disadvantageous situation, making sure that flag comes back home and his team can reset a bit.
eUnited slaying prowess has been pretty impressive so far. The one player, maybe an exception to that, is the man stuck on a breadstick right now, which is Nick. 1 and 8 for him. Maybe not the game he wants, but 8 assists. Currently leading the lobby, so certainly still damage output coming in from Nick. But Rayne's going to be moving towards the Dynamos now. He's going to pick up an easy one-shot kill onto the player who was kind of hovering about the area. 2 players trapped inside of the utility now. Those Dynamo grenades are going to be taken away, but there's Trippy again, and a couple of vital battles already taking place, Car 1.
Yeah, pretty disproportionate kills on the side of eUnited. Like you say, 1 and 9 from Nick and 3 here and 11 from RyaNoob. Both of them certainly leading their team in assists, but not really what you expect to see all the time. Trippy off screen, though, is able to pick up a double kill. That's 3 dead momentarily for eUnited.
Trippy just trying to stay alive long enough for those Dynamos to pop up, and you can see he was just a fraction of a second away from being able to get those into his hands. Spartan now pushing down, but he's going to get stuck by Lucid. A good trade coming in from the Optic player. Whenever you're in a situation like that, Andy, and you get away with taking someone with you to the death screen, it's always a good feel. So
there's Camo bottom middle. I had to wonder, you didn't see it on Ola's body. That's because he died mid-fall, so it actually fell a little bit lower on bottom middle. That means Rayne's going to grab that camo. It will be the first camo of the game for eUnited.
Let's see what they can do with it then. Optic, like you say, have had control of the camo for some time. Emperor Palpatine introduces himself to top pink, and Rayne lets the damage take place before he finishes off the kill. 1-0 still to Optic in this game, but this is an opportunity. Look at the players here from Optic. Rayne has a flank, but they've already sniffed him out by the looks of things. APG stays alive long enough, maybe to get some damage down and the trade to come in, but RyaNoob also there to keep the pressure on.
Great play from Optic. They didn't let a player push in utility. If you sit on that doorway and you just eagle eye a camo and you start to shoot the second they pop in, that player will not be able to do damage in utility. That's exactly what Optic shut down just now.
Look at this push coming in from eUnited though. Trippy gets taken down in the back of the base. Lucid has the heat wave, and he also has a flank on these players. It's a 2v2 on the map at the moment. APG will slow down the run though from eUnited. A vital kill from him. Lucid jumping on the return. Pistola with him as well. Here's a thrust coming in, which is going to keep the player alive. And RyaNoob's actually going to try and skip past the players now inside of the closet, and the utility picks up a kill. Spartan should be taken down as well. You can see that Lucid at the moment is just head on a swivel, trying to do what he can to clear these players out.
Lucid, really interesting plays here. Does not want to trade here. Such a wise play. He just stays alive. He takes certain angles. He takes certain routes to make sure that he's not in a melee trade battle so that he can lock down that corner of the map. Eventually, that flag will come back home. Really heads-up play by Lucid. That might not look that flashy on paper, but the way that he decided to angle himself and approach those battles made sure that that flag came back home safely.
Yeah, if you want to wonder why that's so good, imagine you're on the side of Optic, right? On the side of eUnited. Every time Lucid was called out, by the end of the sentence, he's in a different position. He's in a relocated, and they cannot find that kill. So Lucid doing a great job, like you mentioned, to just make sure he doesn't trade to stay alive and just keep that flag from going back to the base. But with 3 minutes and around 45 seconds left in this game, number 1, it's still Optic with just that 1 flag advantage.
By the way, Ola with the 4th camo for Optic. We haven't seen him on screen yet to see exactly where he is. There he is, just staying alive down there on bottom middle. Flag is being ran across. They should be able to bring this back.
RyaNoob picks up 1, but it's not going to be enough as Optic double their lead. 3.5 minutes to go. And with the way this game has been going so far, we haven't seen too much from eUnited as far as action is concerned. Inside of that Optic gaming base, they seem to just be getting caught inside of the closet a little bit too much. I'd like to see them maybe have one player take a few angles front base here, Andy, just cause some distractions to allow those players to extend into the flag.
Looks like, if I'm not mistaken, then we'll see exactly what happens here, but it looks like not good on the side of the scoreboard. Players are going to slow down here, and Optic's going to be very happy that that flag went in. You see a little bit of crouching going on here as we see a player did a drop on the side of eUnited. So we'll get back into that as soon as we can, but
here, and that's that. This game is going to play out. We are not going to have any disconnections. We're going to have a full game of Aquarius capture the flag, where eUnited need 5 and Optic need 3. And if that doesn't happen, that's all my fault.
I was going to say, you're a brave man for speaking that into existence here.
But I'm like, oh, come on. Why did you do
I
that?
appreciate it, though. I appreciate it.
man.
I like the vibes. I like the energy, and we'll have to see what comes out from both of these teams. Kills being traded, 3 dead from Optic Gaming off the rip.
Yeah, Pistola, last player alive as well, and just trying to survive, but Nick's going to find him, and Nick will eliminate him. So now eUnited, what a start this is for them. APG and Ola still in that respawn screen, and look at Nick. He's just got the information as well. Oh, he misses the stick, and it's going to be a heat wave in his face as well, but manages to get the kill. Oh, that looks a little bit spooky there for Nick for just a few seconds, but while all of the action is going on the pink side, Spartan is eventually going to find the flag in his hands, and he's going to slam the first one home. So eUnited need 5. Well, there's the first one of them.
4 dead momentarily, though. Is this going to be a counter opportunity? There's 2 fresh spawners on the side of eUnited, so it's a run opportunity coming in. APG should be able to pick this one up, but doesn't. So we'll have to see. 1 dead. Optic with a little bit of ways to go here, looking to counter, though.
Flag already across the map, though. The damage that was done by APG there, yes, he was dead, but those 2 players from eUnited had no option but to wait for their shields inside of the base. So APG with the damage that doesn't reflect in the stats, which secures the cap for Optic.
Optic gonna be very happy with that. They conceded the first flag, but anyone who was watching the top right, anyone who's watching the kill feed, killing spree, double kill, by the way, for Lucid this early on in the game, as they will lead officially on the scoreboard 3-1. As you saw those kills fall, they were rapidly going down on the side of eUnited. Spartan was the last one in the back of the basin. Optic Gaming, a team that wastes no time. They strike when the iron is hot, and they counter cap immediately to regain the 2-flag lead.
Heat wave in the face of Spartan here. APG picks up a kill inside of the base. He'll get taken down, but the flag is moving. eUnited down 2 players as one has just come off the respawn. Spartan still waiting in that respawn screen once again. We're looking across the board here. Pistola, a little bit of a slow start for him. We should say just a few seconds into the game as he picks up his first kill now onto RyaNoob. But Lucid, a hot start for him. You mentioned the killing spree already. Rayne looking to answer back here for eUnited. 5 kills to him as well.
Oh boy, Rayne is just absolutely edge guarding up top, not letting anyone up top except for APG, who sneaks around back. Dynamos picks up another one. 2 dead right now for the side of Optic, and now it's going to be a camo. Despite having 2 dead, Lucid is able to grab that, so really props to the side of Optic. Despite losing players, they had the right positioning to lock this down, and also picking up some more kills as well.
Hey, look at that coordination coming in from Optic as well. Lucid only shot a couple of bullets, but the grenades were already flying down onto that player on the Dynamo side. And now this is what I wanted to see from eUnited, right? Using this courtyard area, picking up that thrust, and now Lucid going to be moving behind 3 players here. The Jaws music starts in my ears as he picks up 2. Last player alive is Rayne. Can he find the grenade? Can he find the kill? No, Rayne manages to make a stand.
Yeah, nice job there. Like we said, a lot of patience, a lot of good timing and coordination coming inside from Optic. However, Rayne very wise to shut that down and make sure that they're going to have an opportunity to push in. Spartan and Rayne now making the utility push.
Rayne and Spartan trying to cover each other's angles here and each other's crosses. Lucid's going to be there to put pressure on once more. There's a dynamo grenade for you. There's a dynamo grenade for you. However, no kill's going to go down as eUnited now find themselves just 1 alive. Nick, the last player, trying to at least get a trade in this situation. But look at that escaping player. And now Nick under pressure once more, but likewise doing a pretty good job to stay alive for quite some time. Now we see a Neela in the hands of Lucid. Let's see if we can get some pink spikes into the back of one of these eUnited players.
Oh my god, even though he gets meleeed there, wins the battle against Rayne. The timing on that super combined from the Needler and Infinite is just so fast. By the way, Lucid is 13-4 right now, so just absolutely steamrolling here. It's a great start from the side of Lucid.
Once again, eUnited having to play on the back foot here. Reminder that Optic only need to pick up 3 flags in this game. eUnited need 5 after the restarts that we've had. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's just like a jump scare for Trippy here. Halo Infinite is a horror game as 3 players appear on his screen, but somehow manages to survive as he's not going to be chased down by the Slender Man for now. RyaNoob down to 1 shot. Lucid sniffs that one out immediately, says, don't worry about that one, boys. I'll go pick up another kill. As he does manage to take down RyaNoob, but will be traded out as eUnited focus that fire and Spartan picks up a camo.
Camo thrust here for Spartan. We'll see what he can do. Camo double thrust for Spartan. He's going to have 4 in the pocket, an opportunity to push up and try to get some opening damage. Cannot do this alone, though. Needs to make sure that his coordination here is well-timed with his teammates, and looks like Ola's his first target.
Rayne's going to steal that kill away. There's the thrust of Lucid! Almost managed to turn that one around. There is a grenade that come in. I'm not sure if that was a team grenade.
Yeah, I don't know.
They did actually pick up that kill, but yeah, a little bit frustrating. Maybe that situation to lose the camo, but at least they got the kills and created the opening.
I was going to say the same exact thing. It looked a little bit suspicious there with nades coming into the fridge. Doubtful that the nades would have come in from the other side, but 2 dead for the side of Optic here. 7 minutes on the clock, and like you say, only 2 flags needed for the side of Optic to close this one out. we're going to need several flags from the other side if we want to see this continue on the distance. Trades coming in there from Spartan.
That's a vital trade coming in from Spartan as well, because 2 players overextended. APG was the last player, or sorry, the second player to overextend after Lucid, but now there's 2 players inside of the base, and they know they've got to time this. APG in a big 1v1, and APG, that is a massive 4-shot, but here's Rayne on the flank, forces his flag almost home. RyaNoob is there, but there's a player also from Optic in the vicinity. He's looking for a counter cap. That's 4 dead momentarily for eUnited. TriPPPeY now coming off the respawn as he moves across towards top middle. It looks like eUnited have managed to get control of their base once more.
And looked like, yeah, for a moment there, just we were going to see a little bit more control coming in from the side of Optic Gaming, but the trades coming in. Spartan trading there is a huge trade. The fact that he was able to stay alive, get that 1 kill, prevented the similar counter cap that we saw earlier. So now we have a little bit more of a close game here with 6 minutes on the clock.
Oh, TriPPPeY. Man's got big arms, and he shows it in game as well, as he picks up 2 beatdowns to pick up a couple of kills inside of the base. Nick is last player alive. Now you can see all of them spawning on the fridge. This is a perfect situation here for Optic to run this flag home. eUnited trapped. There's not many places for him to escape, and TriPPPeY's going to pick up the easiest backsmack of his life.
That flag should go home based on what we're seeing here. Yes, flag does go in. Now only 1 flag away, and with 3 dead, Optic looking to back-to-back here. If they can close out the game right now, Spartan wins a key battle in utility, but not over yet.
Yeah, he's dead. And Pistola has managed to pick up not only the heat wave, but the camouflage, and maybe even a flag as well. Just has to deal with a little hailstorm of grenades coming in towards where that flag is. Drops a grenade onto it. If he can buy enough time here for other players to push up, then maybe he can do something magic. And somehow the combination of Lucid and Ola means the flag is moving here for Optic. They take down the last player. RyaNoob's on the respawn. This will be the final flag going in here for Optic Gaming. They only needed 3 as Lucid will put in the final flag. Optic taking first game of the series.
Oh my God, look at this. Lucid also popping off. A little bit of victory crouch coming in for him, and they should be very happy. That's the Sunday night dance.
That's officially known as now, by the way.
That's exactly what that is. They're going to bring that flag in, and if there's one player who stays alive on the utility doorway with the heat wave, it is iGtUrPistola. Of course, as you pointed out, Lucid and APG there were there for the help as well, but so smart from Ola to play that way. They lose the flag. 3 are coming off the spawn. It's down in utility. He's got heat wave camo. Just backs off, waits and baits, throws the perfect nade on the staircase. That brings the last flag home. Optic Gaming looking strong.
I think the fact that we got what I feel was a correct result as well after the restarts as well. Optic Gaming did have the advantage going into the restarts from the fact that they were 2-0 up at the start of that first game that we did see. But it was a very similar pattern of play to what we saw. Optic were able to overextend on that P side so many times without feeling any pressure when eUnited seemed to have a semblance of control. But that's something that eUnited can put right, I feel. It's so noticeable for me watching from, you know, the third-person position that we have. You know, we have all the POVs. It's great to see, but eUnited need to recognize those spawns a little bit quicker on the P side of the map to be able to convert a few more of those flag opportunities.
Absolutely, and just huge numbers coming in there. I mean, at this point in the game, Lucid is 17-7.
Helps.
It absolutely helps. So we're going to see that second flag that did go in for the side of Optic, and the entire, look at this, just the help coming in. You're going to see assists coming in, kills coming in from Ola, perfectly timed on the peak. That flag goes in, 19-7 from Lucid to close that one out. And Optic Gaming, if you're a fan, you like what you just saw as they are back in form. We saw them with a breakout performance last week to get back to the Optic Gaming that people know and love. And now, even though they're in the elimination quarterfinals here against eUnited, not an easy match, they're looking ahead to game number 2. It's going to be Slayer on Streets.
Slayer on Streets is going to be our game 2, like you say, after the extended edition of Aquarius. Capture the flag in our first one. And this is going to be an interesting game type as well, because one thing that's really stood out for me about eUnited as a team, as a roster, throughout all of the HCS competition that we've had so far is their strength in Slayers. Now, with this lineup, previous titles, you probably wouldn't have said that. They would have been an objective-based team, but they have stood out for me, being able to clutch up those Slayers, and their record is almost second to none.
Absolutely. On that Slayer Streets, if we take a look at Optic, just in terms of right now, 3-1 recently in this game type, 75% win rate for the side of Optic Gaming. We'll take a look at eUnited's as well, just to see, and actually 100% from the side of eUnited. So this is going to be a fantastic match with these two teams.
I'm so glad you said it was 100% to back up what I just said as well. I thought you were going to go 12% or something. And I'm like, oh, come on, man. Like, I'm pretty sure that I'd read that one right. But yeah, I think you're completely right. It's going to be a very tight game, like you say. Optic 75% win rate, eUnited 100%. So they don't lose this very often. I think it might be one of those games that comes down to those final few minutes as well, Andy. You know, 48-48 again. I'd take that, to be honest with you. Love those kind of games.
Absolutely. I mean, especially between these two teams. And what's interesting is Slayer on Streets, very different from your other Slayers in the way that they play. There's we've talked about it before, but there's a lot of different areas of the map that can really slow down. Nooks and crannies, places to hide, places to get angles, flank routes that you can take. So this is one of those rare game types in Halo Infinite that can really slow down. And once teams have control of their respective sides of the map, it's going to come down to those moves. Who gets the opening damage? Who gets the rockets? Who's able to really clutch up with those weapons? And also just every single piece of weapon on the map. Who's getting angles from C-Balk? Who's using the stalker rifle more effectively? Things like that are what's going to make the difference, especially when you have two teams that have win rate percentages that are this close.
Yeah, one thing that eUnited do very well as well is control the spike grenades. I think they actually go out of their way a lot of the time to actually make sure they get them, especially if they're making a push from, you know, Tram towards that pink street, towards Cafe. It's such a good way of clearing out any players that might be hiding behind pillars, anyone that's hiding on that little gen round the corner, anyone that's back of a tower. They are such a devastating thing to use. They're almost as devastating as the Dynamos are, and influential as the Dynamos on maps like Bazaar and Aquarius, like we just seen.
Yeah, especially when you talk about clearing out those exact spots that you talked about. The gen that's facing A, top A, back A, those are really annoying areas to have to check. And that's why you see a lot of players that are drop sliding into those areas because they're so obnoxious to clear out. And you can compare to the hut on Bazaar. That's why the spikers are so effective on Bazaar as well. So definitely look for those to be a difference maker in this match on those pushes as well.
Well, here we go then. Map number 2 is ready to go. Optic Gaming up by 1 in the series. Just need to take this game to continue their elimination bracket run. For eUnited, it's a case of winning this game to send it to a game 3 where we'll decide who will progress in today's tournament. But you can see that beautiful logo, the PD. That's one spawn that's going to have to be controlled by teams. That P Street is going to be vital as well. Pistola again, the man to watch off the break.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to see exactly how this one ends up. Ola says no batter there, but he gets taken down right away. Tries to turn the head. First few kills going to go in for eUnited.
That's 4 dead for Optic. Well, 3 dead, I should say. Excuse me. Made that 4 dead now as Lucid will finally be taken down, but the trade does come in. Thrust going to be picked up here by Spartan as well, so a little bit to play with. And this Stalker Rifle, this is the definition of an obnoxious weapon here, Andy.
Absolutely. So much damage you could do in such short time, whether you're winning 1v1s. RyaNoob, by the way, with a Bulldog in hand, needs to get away from this damage that's coming in as well. But that Stalker Rifle can win 1v1s and also do tremendous damage across the map. Boom and a smack coming in from RyaNoob on Ola. Tough start for Ola and the rest of the team so far.
Lucid going to be taken down to no shields. 2 players weak here for Optic Gaming, but RyaNoob just can't find the finish, and that's just great teamwork coming in from Optic Gaming. Both players just saying, stay alive, do not poke, and we can re-challenge as Lucid now has that Stalker Rifle in his hands for Optic.
And just like that, off screen, several kills come in. Looks like it was going to be a moment of control for the side of eUnited. Instead, Optic Gaming just answer right back right away. And who else but APG to get 5 kills to his name, leading the game, and 4 more kills than anyone on his team. Lucid still not even with a kill on the board, and it's APG off of that respawn. We got to find out what he did, because it's a killing spree for him to give his team the lead here by 2, and look what looked like a pretty difficult situation.
1 kill the difference between the 2 teams. However, that push now from Optic has closed down the push that was coming in from eUnited. 3 kills the difference between the 2 teams after that little exchange. KingNick going to be picked off as TriPPPeY introduces himself to a little bit of team SWAT. 11-7 now the score for Optic. Rocket's going to be coming up in 10 seconds here, so you can see that TriPPPeY changing his attention towards that P Street. Anyone moving from L, that Bulldog, is going to find themselves in the line of sight, TriPPPeY.
Yeah, all eyes on the boom booms here, about to pop in 1 second. We'll have to see if TriPPPeY wants to drop, wants to just wait and bait. Rayne is thinking the same thing. Take a look at Rayne at the top of the C stairs. He knows that someone might be coming as well. Starts to get an angle here on TriPPPeY and Tire, so TriPPPeY wisely relocates there, and they're going to just look at this standoff here. This is what I'm talking about. This doesn't happen in every map in game type in Infinite, but with these rockets, you have this dead stalemate on this pickup.
We need some Western music playing in the background. That's exactly what kind of, you know, sets it all up, right? A little bit of John Wayne action. TriPPPeY going to be...
I think I just saw some tumbleweed come across, but looks like rockets are finally grabbed by Nick.
It's a new dynamic thing that's been added to Streets, the new event that's coming up. That's a leak, by the way. That is completely and utterly not true. Nick now with that rocket launcher in his hand. Only 1 in the barrel to play with, though, but needs to make it count. Because down by 2 here, eUnited. 1 opening with this rocket launcher can completely change the complex of this game, but it isn't going to connect. TriPPPeY doing a great job to bait that rocket out.
Yeah, that's a tough angle that Nick tries to go. When you go try to PB Balka with the rocket, that has to be a very, very good rocket. Shots from RyaNoob against APG. He will not lose that one. He will retire into Red Room for just a moment. And now Optic Gaming up by 3 here, but RyaNoob with a Sentinel Beam, Microwave, and a Thrust and some Plasmas. So lots of tools in the tool belt as he goes up against Lucid on C-Balk.
Lucid manages to stay alive. And look at that sneaky position from Lucid as well. Hasn't dropped down, manages to stay alive for a few extra seconds, but here's APG. And he's going to take the utensils out of the hand of RyaNoob after he picked up 1 kill. 3 kills still the difference between the two teams. APG now with a Stalker rifle, but also with a Stalker, as there's a player inside a tram station looking to take him down.
Yeah, we're all big APG fans. I really can't blame him for chasing there. Would love to get a word with the guy if I can. And also RyaNoob has his way with words in the way of a frag grenade. He'll pick up that one, so the game will stay within 2.
Nick looking for that insta-splay with the 2 plasmas as well, but now he's got to scarper away back to Red Room to have a think about his next move. Pistola tries to do what he can to finish off the kill, but now combines with TriPPPeY and another teammate in Lucid. The teamwork from Optic starting to flourish a little bit here, Andy, but still just that 3 kill difference as the Rockets are up once more.
Yeah, here's the Rockets. Only a 3 kill game, not too dissimilar from the situation we found ourselves in the last rocket grab. Ola, though, knows that they need to get away from that angle. They're too exposed to neons. They go back to pillars instead. Rocket's still up, as you can see off screen.
Rocket's going to be stolen by Optic, and it's APG again. 8 and 6 for him, so slowed down a little bit after that hot start that he did have. Well, has an opportunity now to just completely control this back A area. Fires 1 rocket. Spartan once again just baiting it so well, though. And that's something that's been kind of symptomatic of this game so far. Nobody being able to use the rockets. Both teams baiting both of the rockets out of the barrels before they do too much damage.
It's not the first time we've seen Optic get shut down with rockets across a bunch of maps. It feels like their rocket efficiency not as high as maybe they would like. So just like that, it will stay a 3 kill game. Those rockets certainly could have provided a swing, but eUnited shuts those down.
Spartan thinking about a little bit of a highlight play there. It just looked a little bit like a low light play, to be honest with you. After he picked up 1 kill and tried to look for that ninja, but TriPPPeY with 3 kills to play with here, and here's those spike grenades that we're talking about. Somehow Pistola manages to avoid all damage because his name is Pistola. Spartan picks up 1 though. Another spike grenade going to be tossed towards the tires area. TriPPPeY here to try and cover a teammate. Does have that bulldog to play with, but you can see at the moment eUnited just controlling the high side of the map at the moment, and Optic is struggling to push.
Really interesting breakdown there. We saw TriPPPeY get damage from ball spawn over to players that were just outside tires, and Ola tries to make the push and wrapping around from bottom middle. That is not an easy push to make, and unsurprisingly, he dies in what was a 1v2, and rockets aren't coming up. Optic had the lead. It feels like those pushes were unwarranted, unneeded, and now just like that, it's a tie game.
APG with the bulldog in his hands though, and even though the kills did go down to eUnited, not all of the weapons were scavenged from the map. Now the question is, are eUnited going to pay for that a little bit? APG 1v1 manages to use that thrust to just about escape with his life after the damage is done. Lucid moves in to clean up the kills as well, so that's a good trade across the ball. Here's TriPPPeY. Finally a rocket is going to connect here for Optic Gaming. They've had the majority of them, but RyaNoob doing some damage across the map. It's going to mean that TriPPPeY is going to be in a 1v1. He's going to be down to pretty low shields as well. Retreats to his teammates instead. 26-26.
Knows he might need a pre-fire rocket there, just waiting to see. I like how he's being so disciplined with his last rocket. Make sure to use it. Make sure to be effective. This game is far too close to be willing to throw away rockets.
Tumbleweed's back. As TriPPPeY has 1 rocket still to play with. Now, can they make something happen? I want to see a little bit of aggression from someone else on Optic to create an opening here. Ola is going to be that player, and here we go. The map has now opened up for Optic. TriPPPeY can move in, even though they just have the 1 kill advantage. He can now trap all of those players in Red Room, and even though the rocket didn't get the kill, the damage has been done. Rayne somehow, though, will take down 1. Pistola's going to move in alongside TriPPPeY. 2 kills picked up now by Optic as RyaNoob is trapped inside a Red Room.
RyaNoob just staying alive as long as he can. Look how obnoxious RyaNoob is to kill. They will finally...
He's still alive.
No, he's not.
He's still alive.
Oh, my God.
How does he do it? RyaNoob just one of those players who can make the best out of any kind of situation. 31-30 the score, and even though Optic had the toys to play with, eUnited say ain't playtime quite yet.
RyaNoob just having an extended stay in the Red Room. Such an obnoxious kill. It takes 3 players on Optic to take him down. Just staying alive on the water cooler, bouncing up and down. We talk a lot about Ola's survivability and how difficult he is to kill, but RyaNoob wants to make sure that he corrects the narrative that he is one of the hardest kills in professional Halo as well.
Look at that grenade from Pistola though, and Rayne having to escape now. Pistola looked almost dead to rights in that situation. It was the thrust that kept him alive though. That's RyaNoob now. Let's watch some of his POV after that crazy play we just saw. Rockets are coming up as well. And eUnited haven't had too much luck with those so far. There's a drop ball to try and make a play off them. There's a spike grenade, and now RyaNoob has to try and escape. TriPPPeY will take him down. And Spartan, last player alive here for eUnited, and there's the rockets. TriPPPeY has them once more.
Great rocket from TriPPPeY. Also doesn't even take any damage there. He's going to use both of them. That's a triple kill from TriPPPeY. 37-34. They get a little bit of a lead here.
First time rockets have been used in a way that has turned into kills. And that means it's turned into a lead here for Optic. Back to that 3-kill margin. Now, what can they make of this situation? Rayne picks up one. TriPPPeY's been spotted out as well. Rayne picks up another, and Optic just kind of being caught being overly aggressive there after that first kill was picked up by eUnited. Now we find ourselves with eUnited back in the lead as Nick kills Ola.
TriPPPeY almost gets away there. Decides he didn't want to stay in PD, even with a rocket left. Surprising. Tries to get back to arcade. Almost gets away with it, but unable to do so. So just like that tied game, neck and neck between these two in game number 2. As a reminder, do or die for eUnited. This is a best of 3.
RyaNoob is trying to escape for now. Has an assault rifle to play with, but Stola's in front of him. Takes a little bit of damage from that frag grenade being dropped down in front of that neon site. And Rayne once again picking up a kill. Here's TriPPPeY. AR will help out in that situation. So will his teammate Nick. As now eUnited go into the lead by 1. 9 kills to go. Make that 8 as Rayne once again picks up a kill. Rayne has been popping off in the last few minutes.
Lucid gets caught out there. Thought he maybe had a little bit more help, a little bit more angles coming in from the side of C, maybe even from B on rail. Those angles were not there. That means it's a 3-kill lead for eUnited. Make that 4 now.
Optic are trapped. And eUnited recognize it as well. 4 kills the difference between the two teams. If the first kill in this fight goes to eUnited, then maybe this might be game over. But APG picks up one onto Nick. Trades come in though, 45-41. APG in a big 1v1 on tires. Lucid there to help him out.
Big confidence there coming in from RyaNoob. Doesn't pay off though, because Optic and team are ready on tires with that tires angle, so they're unable to trade out just like that. 2-kill game.
Lucid gonna be sliding down as well. Big 1v1. He has the thrust. Rayne stays alive. Ola picks up the kill though, and now it's a 1-kill game.
Whoa! Rocket comes flying in.
Connect.
Second one will not hit. In the end though, those are wins for Optic. They pick up 2 kills off the back of it, so 46-45. Optic takes the lead.
I don't think that's bad for eUnited though. 2 rockets and no real damage done. Just a 1-kill advantage for Optic. You'll take that, especially in such a nail-biting situation. But this is the moment. Who wants to be the playmaker here for Optic? It looks like Lucid is trying to push forward first. APG is the man though, with the flank. He picks up a double kill, and now he scarpers back to his teammate as Rayne will bring this back to a 2-kill game.
Look at this. He knows someone's in PD. He knows RyaNoob's in PD. Great awareness coming in from APG, the man who started this game off so hot, and now only 1 kill away.
APG has made plays at the end of this game here for Optic. Spots out all of the remaining players from eUnited. They're all trapped around that red room. 1 play.
Look at the angles.
1 kill here for Optic. And they will send eUnited out of the tournament for today. Lucid trying to make that flank here, Andy.
Oh, almost pre-nades Ola, actually. Needs to be careful here. They thought they had the wraparound. So rotate all the way to B, coming in from eUnited here. They still need to find that last kill.
Lucid has the thrust to play with as well. Pistola's trying to make a little bit of a play here. You can see on the outside of your screen. And Pistola will make the play with the assault rifle. We didn't catch it, but you can see it developing. Pistola stepping up to get that final kill. But APG, the man who stood up tallest there for Optic at the end of that game.
And who else but Ola? Off screen, you see 4 players from eUnited surrounding the gamer tag, iGtUrPistola, and of course you just see a victory screen because somehow Ola pulls it out. He finds the kill. That's what the kid does. Picks up another one. Optic Gaming, very, very strong for them in game number 2 as well. Able 2-0.
And that's going to be somewhat of a disappointing end to eUnited's action for today. They will fall out of the tournament, but Optic keep being involved in these nail biters, but they're starting to win them, starting to clutch up again and again. And I kind of pointed out how big a game Rayne was having towards the end of the game, but I want to highlight APG.